All right, so let's take a look at this article. The first part says, you're in a clothing store's fitting room trying on a new shirt.
Okay, that's something that a lot of people do. You want to see if it looks good, if it fits you. Now here, another part of the situation says, you weren't sure whether you'd look good in it, but when you check out your reflection, remember that word, how you look in the mirror, you are pleasantly surprised.
You're like, oh, wow, I like that.
Me too. So in that sentence, we use the word whether. Now this is an important word in English, and we use whether or if to introduce two possible answers of a question. Now sometimes you can use the word if and whether in the same way. This happens when we are reporting indirect yes or no questions. So in our example, we're telling you that you aren't sure about the fact that you look good in the shirt or not. Now we could ask this as, do I look good in this shirt or not? That's a direct question. It gives you a yes or no answer. You're not fussing around. You just say, give me an answer, yes or no. Now here we could answer, yes, you look good, or no, you don't look good. But we asked an indirect question in the article. We need to add a subject and a verb before the question. That's, you weren't sure. Now we add the indirect question with yes or no next. You weren't sure whether or not you would look good. Okay, here's another example. Does Steve want to come camping? Yes, he does. No, he doesn't. That's a direct question. Here's an indirect question with if or whether. I don't know if Steve wants to come camping or not. Or I don't know whether Steve wants to come camping or not.
So the next word we have here is pleasantly. This is an adverb. This is the adverb form of the verb pleasant, which basically means giving a happy or satisfying feeling or look or general feel in general. General feel in general. If something is pleasant, it's basically nice, lovely, or it just feels good. So this verb can be used to describe a person. For example, I met Erin the other day. She was really pleasant, and we had such a pleasant conversation, which means she makes me feel good. I think we had a nice chat and we're gonna be friends. Or you can say, I had this really fancy and pleasant dinner and this dish was very pleasant. Or your house was pleasant, the event was pleasant. A fancier way to say that something went really well and I liked it.
Okay.
So here's our example sentence. Vince nodded pleasantly in response to his friend's question and smiled.
That's a nice way to show someone that you're interested. All right, so you are looking in the mirror in the dressing room and you say, oh, I look great in this shirt.
Oh, how pleasant.
Yeah, in fact, you look better than when you left your house this morning.
Wow.
Oh, this is a nice shirt.
Nice. What's likely going on here?
Yeah, I'm wondering too. Why do you look so much better in the dressing room than you did this morning when you checked yourself out in the mirror, you took your selfie? What's going on here?
Are they trying to trick us?
Maybe. Well, let's find out what our answers are. Answer A says, you're well lit and in front of a tilted mirror. Okay, let's find out kind of what that means. First, we'll look at well lit. Now this just means that the lights in the dressing room are giving off the right amount of light and there aren't too many shadows or shadows in the wrong places. So the lighting is very good. It's showing you what your face looks like. It's maybe putting shadows where in your tummy. So maybe if you have a tummy, you don't want shadows there. Right. Okay, so what does tilted mean?
So then we see that our mirror is tilted. This is an adjective, which means that it's not straight or it's kind of leaning in a sloping position.
Right.
So if you see those mirrors in the dressing room, sometimes it's like leaning this way and you look really tall or something, right? So if the mirror is tilted, it's positioned at an angle for an effect. So the usual effect is better lighting. It shows that the person is very attractive. You're like, I look tall in this dress. dress, or
Right.
I look skinny in this dress.
Okay, so the question is, what's going on here? Why do you look better in the dressing room than you do normally? So we see in answer A, you have good light and a tilted mirror. Here is answer B. That shirt is using smart technology.
Ooh,
interesting. Maybe. Okay, so we're saying that the shirt is using smart technology. Let's talk about technology first. It's a noun, and what we're saying here is that technology is sort of talking about a new machine or a piece of equipment or a tool that is created to make our lives easier or more advanced or convenient. Now, smart technology is a machine that uses a computer to do tasks that humans would normally do. For instance, a smartphone has a computer in it, so it can calculate, find information for you, be a map, that sort of thing. So a smart t-shirt would maybe use a computer chip to measure how much you sweat. Do you need more exercise? Is your shirt clean or not? That sort of thing. Here's an example sentence. This laundry folding machine uses robotic technology to do one of our most hated tasks. It folds our laundry. So we've looked at answer A and B. What's answer C?
Answer choice C says the dressing room is extra large.
Okay. I've been into some stores with big dressing rooms.
Yeah, me too.
There must be something about it. So what did you guess? We've got we have well-lighted dressing rooms with tilted mirrors, t-shirts with smart technology, or we've got big dressing rooms.
Ooh,
okay.
What'd you guess?
I guessed A.
Oh, smart.
Yes. And here it says in the article, you know things are seldom what they seem if you guessed A.
It is a trick.
Now, here's what we're saying here. By saying things are seldom what they seem, we're saying that reality is often different than what we see in front of us. That means there are often things that we can't see that make things different than what they really are. Now, this happens a lot in the sales world, so that people get tricked into buying things they don't need.
All the time.
Okay, so what is about this trick? What is the store doing?
First, a store might tilt a mirror to change the way it reflects the person in front of it. So that's really smart. We're talking about angles. You might look like you have super long legs. You might look so skinny. You might look like, oh, I look like a model. I'm going to buy this. So here we have the verb reflect. Before we talked about the noun reflection. This is the verb form. So when the light reflects off of a surface, you know, like before we said, the light shines on a CD, then you create an image, it reflects, and it looks like a rainbow. And when you look at a mirror, it reflects, and you can see your image.
That's right. Okay, so let's find out more about why tilting this mirror works so well. It says, for example, if a mirror is tilted slightly forward, it makes a person look slimmer and taller.
Yeah, that's smart.
Right. Now, we did use the adverb slightly here to describe the way it was tilted. Now, this adverb is used to say that something is done a little. So the mirror won't be on a 90-degree angle. That's tilted too much. However, if it's tilted slightly, you might put it forward at a 15-degree angle. Then it's only a little or slightly forward. It's
slightly.
Just enough to make you look taller.
And just enough so that you have no idea what's going on.
Exactly. If it's like this, you look at the mirror and say, why is it like that?
I don't look like this.
Exactly.
So the article then, it says, good lighting gives these shops a second advantage to making you look good.
Interesting.
So here we have the noun advantage. Advantage means a good condition or a position that's favorable or good for you. So when we make decisions, we can talk about the advantage and the disadvantage of a situation. We can weigh them or basically it means the parts that are good, the parts that are bad. For example, I could say that, I live in the city right now, but I would really want to move into the mountains. The advantage of it would be that it would be much better air and more space, and I could actually breathe. And of course, the disadvantage would be it takes me 2 hours to get to work, so I'm probably not going to move there, but I might just opt for going there every weekend or something. So here's another example sentence. Josh had the advantage of size, so he was a larger person, but Alex was faster, so he won the race. So when we're talking about racing, sometimes tall people, they're bigger, so they go really, 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 like each step is really, really long. But then Alex is fast, he's short, so he's really fast, and that's why he won. So everyone has different advantages in their life.
Okay, let's find out how the store is using the light as an advantage. It says here, when there are lights on both sides of a dressing room mirror, so here's the mirror, light, light, a customer sees a shadow-free reflection.
Oh, that's smart.
So you want to get rid of the shadows. You want to give good lights right next to the mirror. Now here's who is looking at the mirror. That's a customer. Now a customer is a person who pays money to buy something or use a service. So anybody who pays money, even you and me and Rainbow, to get or do something else is a customer. Here's an example in a sentence. There are several customers buying bread in the bakery right now.
So what happens with these lights without the shadow, it says, this makes their figure look smoother and their skin tone more even. So we have the word figure. Figure is a noun. A person's figure is their body shape. So particularly when we talk about women, if we describe her figure is very nice and beautiful, that means we're talking about maybe her hips, the ratio, or just her body shape in general. A woman's figure is sometimes considered when people are like, do we like how this person looks? Is this person attractive? Let's see how her figure is. So we have an example sentence which says, Sarah's elegant figure looks beautiful in that long red dress. So maybe Sarah's very tall and she looks very elegant. She looks fancy. She looks good.
Okay, so you're looking in the mirror, there's no shadows, you've got good lights on both sides, your mirror's tilted a little bit so you look taller, your skin tone looks even, that means there's no shadows on your face to show maybe dark circles under your eyes or anything like that. You look great. Now here's what it says here. Both of these tricks, that's the light and the tilted mirror, influence customers to purchase more. So here's what we're doing. We're using the verb influence to say that these tricks are making you buy more. So if you influence somebody, you affect the way they think, develop, or the way they do something to change in a certain way. Here, the mirror and light tricks are affecting the way you think about the shirt and your body. This will influence you to buy the shirt. Here's another example of influence. Some people believe that violent video games influence children to be mean, but studies show this is not true.
All right, so next we have the verb purchase, which means to buy something. So this word can be used as a noun to describe the thing that you buy. So, or it can be, in this case, the verb when I buy something. So when I go to the supermarket, I usually purchase groceries for the dinner I'm making that night, maybe the next day. I don't like to purchase the food too many days in advance because it just might go bad.
Right, you might decide to make dinner plans instead of using the food in your fridge, and then it goes rotten. So I actually do that too. I usually buy, when I go to the grocery store, I just buy food for the food I'm going to eat that day.
And the good thing is Taiwan is so convenient, so you don't have to stock up your fridge. You can just walk downstairs, go to Welcome, and you can get the food.
All right, well, we've talked about a trick that a store might use to get you to buy something, actually 2 tricks, but there are lots more, and we're going to talk about those in today's For You chat, so let's get started on that now.